Hello, good morning everybody. It is Friday, April 23rd, and you're watching the Daily Dan. Yes. Maybe this time I nailed it. We'll see. How's everybody doing? You've made it to the end of the week. Time to get out of bed, stand up, stop doom scrolling, because the Daily Dan is here to save your mornings. How are you doing, everybody? Yes, good morning, everybody. Heather, what are you saying in there that Google's deleting your stuff? You going crazy? Are you talking about Apple and the Google stuff? Mooch, Rizzo, Kamiko, and Topo, so cute. Yes, I know they were eating breakfast this morning. I broke up the can a little bit early. I had to sit on the counter, and they were looking at me going like, ain't it 8:30 yet? Ain't it 8:30? Yes, yes. Good morning, everybody. Just got a haircut this week, or last night, and yeah, I dyed it and stuff like that. But there's nothing I could do for morning hair. Like, I've been up for a long time. I know it looks like I'm just bedhead all the time, but I've been up for like a little over an hour, right? Google is a hater. I don't know what you typed, but it looked like it didn't like it. But I feel like there's nothing I can do with my hair in the morning. I'm like, oh, I'll like do this or that. You know, no, I just end up looking like a little bit like Betty Rubble. You know, kind of gotta have that Betty Rubble hair. Fresh color, I see. Yes, I do have fresh color. Good morning, Husky Tails. Good morning, everybody. I said good morning, but I guess Google says no. Ha ha ha. Yes. I agree. All right, let's see what is going on over here in the chat. Okay, not too bad. Yes, you guys made it to the end of the week. And like I said, I got my hair cut. I dyed it. It's two different colors. It's kind of on my scalp a little bit, but after I wash it out, it'll be fine. It's cut, so I never know what it's gonna look like until I comb it for the first time. It could be fanned out perfectly. Sometimes if it's not cut short enough in the front, it'll look like the Trojan, like a Trojan dude, you know. Looks like a fiery morning, Dan. Yes, and I will be going to the P.O. box today, so I will be picking up all the packages and stuff today. Dude, it don't matter. Your hair's not why we're here. Oh no. I'm not talking about that. That's my I just have this written down under morning banter, morning banter, because I want to know throughout this whole popular sickness, who's doing your hair? Are you doing your hair yourself? Are you giving up? Did you get a Flowbee? Are you using the Flowbee? Who out there is using the Flowbee or even remembers what the Flowbee is? I could probably almost cut my hair with the Flowbee. But I'll know tomorrow what it looks like when I put it up, whether it's like good or not. You guys won't notice the difference, but I will. Cutting my hair is not the easiest because it's a million different lengths. There is not any part of it that's like, you know, see how I go up higher, it comes down. So Crystal cuts my hair. So Crystal picks it up and is like, and she knows how to do it, and it's not easy. Hey Dan, why don't you just comb your hair and cut the ends of it? Oh, believe me, when I got a mohawk, I thought it was going to be that easy, but it's not. None of the strands go in the same spot every time. So when you do your hair, it's almost different every time. So you can only get it close. But yes, see, my daughter cut my hair for hand surgery. Okay, yes, see, right. So you at least you have family members and stuff that are able to like help you out and stuff, you know. It looks considerably shorter right now. It does, but it's not. It usually goes about to the tip of my nose. I was able to like almost get it to my mouth. So I only cut off that space between my cute nose and the top of my lip. So, but yes, but it will sit like it's like really super short. Like I almost have like Kate plus 8 hair. You guys seen that meme? That Kate plus 8 meme where she's sitting there, you know, with her buggy eyes? Ben says a friend of mine cut my hair. Okay, Dave Duty, I've been growing out my hair since 2019. Yes, dude, I think you should totally have that like Dave Mustaine, like total power ballad. I imagine you, from all the Rush stuff, having like a power ballad hairdo. I give you hairspray tips if you need it. Kamiko's going asking to go outside. It is beautiful outside today. My hairdresser cuts my hair. She has done it for years, Jess said. Well, I did go get my hair cut a couple times from a place. I love it. I love the people there. It was fun to like and it was nice to like not have to clean up, you know, because like here we do it out here and I sweep up and stuff like that. But people just can't figure out my hair. It takes a long time of cutting my hair before you can get it right. There's been many people over the years that have had mohawks and have been my friends with mohawks. And it's like, dude, you're not combing your hair right. I'll show you how to do it, and they can't comb my hair. They can't comb my hair. Husky Tails 101. I cut my own hair. I've never cared if it's uneven. However, I've been pretty good at getting it most even. Are you just in the bathroom like and then it's all, and then you like go like all the Brad Mondo videos, and it's all whoop. here's the afterbanes, and they're all like, no. These even look better than some people's afterbanes. Oh my gosh. Crystal loves Brad Mondo, and she's so into him. And when I say that, and that's not, it's weird for Crystal, right? It's like she's always like sitting on the couch. I'm like, what are you watching on your phone on silent? And it's Brad Mondo videos all the time, and they're always people cutting bad bangs. Since the salons were closed in Michigan, I stopped getting it done during the whole shutdown, says One Tail Four Paws. Yeah, right. You know, that people did. Sure, you look like Teen Wolf, but you know, it's a lot easier than going out. All right, this time, you want to say, oh, this time where Kamiko wants out. Oh, it's so beautiful today. Go faster. Go outside faster. It is so beautiful today outside. Oh my gosh. Brad Mondo is my fave. Yeah, people like that. Brad Mondo. I already been to get dose numero dos for popular sickness. Fingers crossed. Yes, I hope you have a great weekend on that. I do. Yeah, so anyway. So it just feels weird to me, but it'll be so much easier to comb. I'll be able to comb it in like under 5 minutes again. It won't get tangled at the ends anymore. I'm so excited. It takes the whole night though. It took up the whole night. Maybe I was doing others, like, well, not really. I have to sit there while Crystal cuts it and dyes it, but you know. I was playing with my Switch. Drea says, I want my hair to be long like Morticia Adams. I have Morticia Adams like hair where it's like super straight. But you can do it. Yes. Crystal did a great job. Thanks. And like I said, I'll know tomorrow whether or not whether it's combed right, because I'm not combing it today. I did have my hair up the other day though. Hold on, let me tell you this story real quick. I told just this story, but I didn't tell you guys this story. So, Foxy Koala real quick with the super chat. Did you read about the rover making oxygen on Mars? I did not, but we could talk about that in a few minutes. I did not. I saw a headline about it, but like, I don't know. I think I made carbon. I don't make oxygen, right? I make carbon oxide. That'll be cool though. I will check that out. But no, I only saw that thumbnail thing before I got distracted by something else. Okay, so check this out. So I go to PetSmart to get these worms for Mary Jane, the turtle. You know, she's like 17, 18 maybe like 20 something years old now. And the PetSmart usually gets them on Thursdays. I'm not really too familiar with any of the pet stores here. We had one called Melinda's Pet Shop that lived on the Boulevard for a lot of years. I don't need that in my ear right now. For a lot of years, and it's gone. So I didn't know. I get there, they don't have them. They send me this place called Scales and Tails. And so I go in there, and it's like this seedy place. Like, I feel like the vibe inside this place is like, if you guys have seen Gremlins, the vibe inside this place would be like where the dad, where Bo, who is it? Bo Derek? No, Bo Derek's a girl. Bo, oh my gosh, the guy from Tron, Bo, shoot, that actor. He goes into this weird looking place to get, and they sell him Gizmo there, right? They sell him the Mogwai. And I felt like I was in there. It was dark. It had peeled up floors. There was like no lighting in there. Lots of reptiles, right? And I walk up to the front with these dudes that look like they could be something out of like, I don't know, like Evil Dale and Tucker or something like that. They just like didn't put off the best like vibe. Mealworms. Yeah, like large mealworms, like the little mealworms, you know, that look like mealworms, you know? So I walk in there and it's dark and stuff, not getting good vibes. One dude in the corner looks like he's still rolling from the night before, and everybody's got their douche flutes, you know, everybody's like, bah, as they puff smoke machines out of their lungs. And I'm like, can I get some worms, please? And he's all like, large mealworms, please. He's like, how many? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm all bubbly, you know, I'm like, I don't know, like, you know, like I usually get the container things, you know. He's like, how many do you want? And I'm like, 50? He's like, all right. So he starts digging them out, because I guess they're per piece. No, like, heads up of like, hey, bro, like, oh, 10 cents a piece. I can see that you don't know what you're doing. You know, I can see you have that lost look in your eyes. I'm like, well, I always have the lost look in my eyes. And they're like, 10 cents a piece, dude. No, he's just like, what do you want? What do you want? I bought weed back in the day from people nicer than you, bro. What's up? Also, you should know. So then he goes back and they pick them out and stuff like that. $5.50. They give it to me in a takeout like Chinese food box, which I thought was super cool. And so Mary Jane eats a large mealworm. She's out of hibernation now, so she went for like 3 months with no eating, and now she can't stop eating. There is a point to this story. So I'm like, I don't like this. 1 out of 5 hawks in my head. Like, I just didn't like the experience. You want me to pay with cash or card? Doesn't matter. Fine. Trying to help you out. Do you want exact change, or do you want me to slide the card? Do you not have change? Dude. Also, do you have any Mogwais back there? Any Hanna-Barbera cartoons you're hiding back there for sale? I'm in the market for a Snagglepuss. So I go back in there this time hesitantly. The other day when I was making my rounds trying to get all the meat for the flautas. Remember the flautas, right? Wow, rude. No need to be rude. Okay, it's not like the guy was rude. It just looked like he was in the movie The Hangover, and then it was the next morning. Like, it was like Zach Galifianakis there. Like, I swear that his button-down shirt was like off and stuff. No problem. I don't care. Like, that's fine. I'm just setting the mood for the thing. No problem. But like, dude, just like, you know, be a little nicer. Just like, be a little nicer. But whatever. Who knows what back alley brawl you got into the night before, clearly. No big deal. So I go back in there this time, which is the point of the story. So I go back in there this time, I'm like, okay, this time I'm prepared. This time I'm gonna get 75 of these things, because she chowed down. She ran a train on these worms. She opened her mouth, and the worms just crawl on in like ants into a hole. She's super stoked. When she's hungry, she's like, hey, Dan. And like, she stretches out her ET neck, the turtle. And I'm like, I got you, girl. So I go back in there to get more, and this time I'm prepared. Completely different cast of characters, but this time I'm a little bit more prepared to know what I'm gonna order. So I get up there, and there's a whole menu board and stuff like that, and I'd be like, 75 large mealworms, please. And they're like, do you want large or giant? And I'm like, large. And they're like, the giant ones? I'm like, the large ones. I don't want giant ones. Giant mealworms apparently aren't as good for the turtle, because whatever is inside the giant mealworms acts more like candy to them or whatever, right? So you didn't see any giraffe heads in the parking lot, right? No. But it'd be cool if I saw one of those like wiggly like air guys in the parking lot. So I order my worms, I pay the money, the guy's filling my order. It was a different dude this time. It was a different dude, and he was picking them out of like a bin. And I look over, and like Toucan Sam's there, you know, from the Fruit Loop commercial. Toucan Sam's there, and I'm like, oh, whoa. So I'm at the register here, if you guys are at the register, and it's Toucan Sam. And so the dude's picking worms. His girlfriend, I imagine, I don't know, or coworker, or whatever, was sitting there. She was sitting there just staring at me, because my hair was up. So she was sitting out there, my hair was up, and I look over, and the toucan's all like, oh, what's up? And I'm like, whoa, Toucan Sam, like, dude, I eat your stuff. I like your stuff. So I'm over there, and he's like eyeing me, and he's got this big old, like, what is that thing? It's like a boomerang. So he's got this big old boomerang on his face, right? I'm like, oh, cool, I'm gonna start messing with him. So I'm profile, right, with my hair up, and then I'm like going, shunk, 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 and then this thing's like, oh, yeah? And it starts, I don't know, man, it starts like worming and stuff, and it's like wiggling around. I love toucans. I know, me too, right? And I'm like, dude, this is great. And he's all dancing around, and I am too. And I'm like, dude, follow your nose. He's like, I know, rad slogan, right? I'm like, what are you doing here? And I look down at the price. He's like, it's $4,500. And I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe we could raise enough money. We could have Toucan Sam, like, celebrity show up. I've always wanted, like somebody to show up at my birthday party, like a clown or like, you know, G.I. Joe. And now I could have Toucan Sam. Toucan Sam. Toucans are adorable. I know, right? So it loved my hair, and I'm messing with it and stuff, and it's like dancing. Then it turns and it faces its butt at me. And it had cool different tail butts. Hey, I'm telling a story here. And I thought Fruit Loops were gonna come out. Like, I don't know if he was gonna poop on me or what. Like, I don't know. But then, like, I started messing with them. But I don't know. Maybe it was a mating call or a gang sign. But the toucan was like, it was like pumped up. It was more stoked than anything in that whole store. Birds are not cheap, right? Right? And it's warm in there. Like I know it's not optimal living conditions. I don't know what birds need. I don't know. I'm not a birdologist. I don't know anything about birdotomy. But it was warm in there. But toucan, I don't know if he was stoked on me, if I was giving him love signals, or maybe he wanted to fight me. Maybe he wanted to fight me. I do know, though, that there's a bunch of signs that say don't touch the toucan, even though the cage was close enough and its beak was like, you know, like this long. They're huge. Like, I don't know how that rest of this little area here can hold up that beak. I've put masks on before and I can't even get the Batman mask on there. Hey. Stop. There you go. Okay. So anyway, so here's the thing too. So when I was in there, I didn't notice, I was standing there staring, that there's great slots, you know, in the metal cages. That thing can fit all the way out to its beak. So if you're standing within 6 inches of it, it could get you. It looks like it could can open you, you know. It must have thought it was challenging, LOL. What if it was, David? There's some places that they keep the birds outside. You know, you go into some of those pet stores and you see like the open cage with the little stick and the bird sitting on there, and it's like, oh, Polly wants a cracker or more per hour. And, you know, and I go in there with my hair, dude, the thing's gonna wanna fight me. What if it wanted, like, what if it was out and it tried to fight me? What do? I'd be taken out by a bird. You can't punch a bird. You can't punch a bird. Local man-child with mohawk punches bird in the snoot. News at 11. You can't. It's a lose-lose situation. So if that thing gets out and starts tearing me up, you know, kicks my butt on the ground, the news reporters just come in just for it, just in time for it to Fruit Loop all over my face. So, you know, they can live up to 80 years, right? Like, that's so cool. That is so cool. Our parrots love it when it's warmer. Oh, I'm sure it was probably fine in that place. I'm just setting the mood. It was just dark in there and stuff. Maybe they do that deliberately. Maybe the animals don't like the lights. Maybe they know more about me, about this. Well, obviously they do. The only animal knowledge I have is the few Dr. Doolittles and the Ace Venturas that I've watched. What do I know, right? Right? But I thought it was pretty fun that I was messing with Toucan Sam. And I don't know what vibe I was giving off, but, you know, birds and I, you know, we're vibing. We're vibing. Our two macaws are 27 and 31, so they could outlive us. That is so crazy. The oldest living thing ever, or whatever, is Mary Jane, and MJ is, you know, Crystal and I have been together 16 years, 16, 17 years, and she's had him like 10 years before that. You know? Yes, news. Bird beats up some red-haired dude and wins. I know. The bear would go on tour. It'd be hanging out the Ocean Spray guy and Snoop Dogg. You can't punch a bird. Right, you can't punch a bird. You can't. You can't punch a bird. It's a lose-lose situation every time. Lose-lose. Lose-lose. So anyway, I thought that was funny that happened the other day. And I got my worms and they were fine. And I got back and she was so stoked. She was so stoked. Hold on, I'm gonna have to take my Swiffer here and toss it out. Topo, he's trying to get into the tank. This thing, I love this thing. I use this thing to get all the cat hair. It's super cat hair summertime for all you pet owners out there. You know how it goes. Just, it's like snowing in here with hair. Topo's been sleeping on my chair at night. I get up. It's just like whitely covered everywhere. Yes. So, did any of you guys ever, any of you guys end up trying the Sour Patch Kids? Remember the last couple days we found the mystery flavor that we were trying to figure out. I'll have to take a drink of my Friday morning smoothie. That's good today. That is really good today. You guys should try morning smoothies. They're easy and they taste so good. So good. So good. So we got the Sour Patch Kids. We found the mystery flavor because of you guys helping me on Instagram Live a couple days ago. Find it up the candy aisle. We tried them yesterday. I thought it tasted like cola-ish, like maybe a melted like icy from like Kmart. Crystal tried them last night and she immediately said pineapple, and then she immediately said that they tasted kind of like a Lifesavers. Back in the day, Lifesavers came out with a couple different flavors, and it was like that. So I know some of you said you guys were going to go and try to find them yesterday, and I'm curious if any of you guys did. If not, we'll visit this again on Monday. Why you guys do that, I'd like to see really quick here what our Dogecoin prices are. Are we rich today? Are we? Oh! Talk amongst yourselves. It's not doing so well. I gotta make a phone call real quick. Hey, what's up? It's Dan. No, the guy that bought the elephant. Yeah, hey, can we cancel that? Well, they can at least be traded in for a mini horse. Okay. Blue or purple, either one, you pick. Okay, thanks. Okay. All right, so no horse, or no elephant. We're down to mini horse. We're down to mini horse right now. We're down to mini horse. We'll see about that. But good news! Look what's out for delivery, our racetrack. For Tread Track Racing. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Hopefully I'll get some time this weekend to open it up and do a practice run to see how it's going to work from there. This was the biggest, hardest part of it all. Once this comes and I can figure things out, things will go a lot faster than that. Oh my gosh. I also love yogurt. Is that weird? Normally, If I can't, it's Go-Gurt. I never had any Go-Gurts until I was older. I do like yogurt. I had Go-Gurts when I was older, but we always threw them in the freezer and ate them out of the freezer, and those are awesome. Those are awesome. You know. Okay, so anyway, on to the next thing here. I'm really super stoked about this coming out though. I really am. You know what? I was gonna talk about some stuff, but Jess brought something up to me today, and it's this new Ford Mustang. And I'm not a car guy. I know about cars. I know how to drive a car. I haven't crashed one yet. You know, you could say I'm a better driver than any NASCAR driver since they clearly have more wrecks than I do. But this is trending this morning, and this is a big party foul. Jess and I didn't get to talk about this at all. She just said it was trending. I think we were talking about David Dobrik, and then we were talking about this trending. And the Ford Mustang Mach-E review, the People's Pony goes electric. I am all about electric cars. I do think electric cars are cool. I have not ridden in one. I love the concept of them. Up here in California and the LA area, there's literally Teslas. Like I could probably find you a Tesla before I ran out of Wi-Fi range. They're that abundant. They're no big deal at all. They're that abundant, right? So I'm all about this. I'm all about this. You know, I think that when they designed the Tesla, it's not too futuristic looking. Yeah, but Dan, there's no front grille to it. Well, because it doesn't need any air intake anymore. It's a waste. We can have it more aero. That's coming. You know, I like it. I like Elon Musk. I'm an Elon Musk fan. I like Elon Musk. I like what they did. I like what the concept design was. They went too far with that truck. That truck looked visually stupid. So even Tesla's guilty of this. But something that I've seen ever since I was a child, since the Jetsons, since, you know, they did it on the Simpsons episode when Homer made the Homer, you know, when his brother Herb came over and had him build a car. Why do we keep trying to make the next generations of cars look like the future? We're not buying it no more. You're not duping us. This isn't the 70s or the 80s. You're not sparking our imagination of something that looks cool. It's been all done before and better in CG on the screen. We don't want it to, I don't want it to look like a bad Stormtrooper. Not even a good one. Look at the back of this thing. Look at the back of this thing. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is a soccer van. No, I don't say that with any means. Like, I'm not mean. This is not a Mustang. This is bad. Look at the contours on the back there by the lighting. What happened? That whole thing's a hatchback. It's 5-door. It's probably pretty fast. It's, you know what? And I'm sure it rides nice. I'm sure it's nice. But what happened here? What happened? It's not, look at, what is this gap? What is this gap underneath the trunk to where the license plate is? It looks like they're trying to make it look like a football in the back. I'm not sure what they did. Like, they didn't do enough stuffs. Call it anything else. Please. Call it the Matrix. I don't know, but that's not a Mustang. It looks like a Ford Escape. I'm gonna escape out of here. You're right though. So, is it bad? I don't know. If you cover up, you can't see. If you cover up everything to that front wheel, I can see it coming over the hood of a newer Mustang feel. Which you know me and Mustangs. You know, old school Mustangs are fine, but if you're rolling around in a new Mustang, like, it better be like a Shelby or like, you know, like a Roush or something. Otherwise, it looks hokey. But wow, everybody. Wow. Wow. It's supposed to have insanely good charge capabilities, but in asterisks on the bottom, it says only if you're parked next to the clock tower at midnight. There's rules and regulations. This makes me angry. Please change the topic. Sure. Oh my gosh, did you guys see the new Ford Bronco? Oh my god! Did you see the new Ford Bronco? Here's the thing about this Ford Bronco that I also wanted to bring up. I think this yellow one's cute. That right in the middle there, orange one. That looks so fun. It looks as big as my Renegade. It'd be so cool. Like, I don't drive brodozers. You know what I'm talking about? Those big brodozers with a flat build hat and, you know, 5'3", trying to climb a ladder like he's gonna jump off the highest ledge into the smallest pool just to get into it. Not a fan. Not a fan of those type of things. But I like this, right? Like, I think that looks super fun. You hop in, woo-wee. I've seen these things in public now, and this is not what they look like. Has anybody seen the new Ford Bronco in public? My mother has a 65 Mustang. That ain't no Mustang. I know, there's a 66 sitting in the driveway right here. That's, you know, that wasn't a Mustang. So, I've seen these in public now, just the other day at the store, and they don't look like this. The Bronco is better overall. Still looks like a kid's toy though. I'm attracted to that because my Renegade looks like that. It looks like a penny racer, Jim. So I'm like, oh my god, I love it. So for me, I like that. But this isn't what they look like in public. I don't know what version. Well, it ain't O.J. Simpson's version of the Bronco. Although he approves. The juice approves. Because we all care about his opinion. But I will say that the ones that I've seen in the real world look like vans, look like minivans. My sister has a new Ford Bronco. It don't look like this, right? Where's the van? Like, it doesn't look like this on any sides. Yeah, see, it looks more like this thing over here. Can I bring this over here more? How do I do that? How do I do that? Look at. Oop. It looks more like this over here. It looks more like that. It looks more like a family wagon. And I know there's different models, but I was disappointed. I would have just made that one and that was it. I was disappointed. It ain't no Jeep, that's for sure. I am attracted to the front ends of it though. I do like that font and stuff like that. But yeah, more like that one. Yeah, it's Family Bronco. Family Bronco. All right, let me see if I can go like move this back to where I was at. I think Reddit will help me. Reddit will help me get there. There we go. There we go. I can move Dan back here. I'm still working on that. There's one more scene that I have over here, but I don't want to click on it because yesterday it played music everywhere. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. And like, you know, whatever, I don't care. They'll all be on the road soon, and I'll run by 1 million of them because that's how it is out here in SoCal. They'll be everywhere. But oof, what a stinker! Oh my gosh. To be honest, I don't care much about cars. And you know what? Neither do I. Neither do I. I couldn't tell you anything about them more than Benny Parsons taught me on NASCAR growing up. Don't care. I care about that because I mean, like, look how crazy it is. Like, why would you do that to the Mustang? Like, don't do that. This is going to be just as bad as Hear Me Out. This is going to be just as bad as Space Jams 2. Tell me you guys saw the trailer for Space Jams 2 and didn't, like, almost puke. You know? I'm seeing a fair amount of Jeep Gladiators around where I live. It's cool, but I always shake my head at any vehicle over $35,000 in price. Like, who can afford that? Is the Jeep Gladiator the one where it's a pickup truck at the end? Let's see. Because I see those going around here. I was parked next to one the other day, and I think I took a side-by-side picture of me in one. Okay, yes. All right, so it is that truck. I don't like it. Fine if you like it and stuff. Maybe it's super versatile. I think it's ugly. I do think it's ugly. See, but then like that blue one looks so fun. But in person, like I see them there and it's like, make up your mind. But yeah, that is expensive. I have, you know, I have a Jeep Renegade. 2017. I have a Jeep Renegade. Mine is this model here. Like that's, oh, you can't see it. That's not my Jeep. But that is my Jeep right here. I love my little Jeep. It looks like a little penny racer. It's gutless, but it looks like a little penny racer and stuff. So I like that. That's my, like, I like that for a Jeep. But yeah, the Jeeps aren't cheap. But you know what? I do love the inside of my Jeep though. When I went and I was looking for cars, I sat inside that Toyota CRX or whatever, like that one that kind of, that new one that looks kind of like hybridish, you know, and the inside was plastic, like cheap plastic, CRX. It was like cheap plastic in there, right? Toyota CHR. So I looked at the CHRs because I really liked them. I really like, see how that gray is down here? Down here, I like that. I like that look. I thought it was really cool. But when I went in there, like I said before, I didn't fit in it. I had my hair up and I almost hit my head on the roof. I'm like, I don't fit in it. And they didn't believe me. They're like, oh, come on. And I walked out of there and they chased me out of there like, you gotta buy the car. I'm like, I don't fit in it. I don't fit in it. Everything in there felt cheap plastic. Like, when I would touch stuff and stuff, it felt like cheap plastic on the inside. I just didn't like the way it felt. It just didn't feel good to me. It felt like it was gonna break before the million years on the payments were gonna be, right? So when I got into that Jeep and stuff and I was thumping around, like everything in there is so shush. Everything in there was so quality that I really liked it. Yes. Heather says having a Jeep is goals. My GSD, who is only 6 months, who's only 6 months, barely fits in my Toyota Yaris with my Husky. I see. My Jeep doesn't have much room in it either. There's not much room in it. You would need something bigger than like what I have. But I do like the Jeeps. They have the worst gas mileage ever. Like seriously, I get about 30% less gas mileage than the Crystal. 30%. Really though, it is ridiculous, the gas mileage. But like one of my dear friends said to me, and I quote, Dan, if you wanted to save on gas mileage, you should have bought a fucking Prius. So since then, I've been shut down anytime I try to complain to my bestie about gas mileage. And our $4 and something cents gas was yesterday. I couldn't even bring myself to look. I just filled up. Well, anyway, that's the car talk. Like I said, I'm not a car guy. But I just like, that's a party. That's a foul. Any way you look at it, that's a foul. You don't have to be a car person to go like, why did you do that? George Jetson wouldn't even approve. My car is constantly referred to as the shoe. It's tiny. Mine's pretty small too, but I only need to fit me in it in my hair, and it does. You know, Crystal and Blake, but that's it. Like, you know, it fits. It fits. Whenever Jess comes out, whenever she comes out here, I always throw her the keys and I let her drive around LA because I think it's fun. But other than that, I think that's like the most people I've had in my car. I think one time I had it was like Jess and me and Miller and Di and McCann dogs. Like we were all shoved in. Do we have one more person there? Maybe that's the most I've ever shoved. I think that's the most I've ever shoved in my car. Yes. I love just saying that. It just makes sense. Yeah, that's pretty much what she had to say. Oh my gosh. So as you know, Topo. As you know, Topo hates Fridays. He hates the trash truck. Fridays is trash day. We have 3 trash ones. We have regular trash, we have recyclables, which always gets filled up first here, and we have the green waste trash can, which sometimes I take it out. Depends on if I'm doing yard work or not. You know, it's sneezy yard work season, everybody. Welcome to that. And whenever like a big diesel comes, or whenever something happens, or I think there's a lady that lives in the back of the park who has like an oxygen machine, and if it has an error or anything at 911s, you know what I mean? And like they show up to make sure that she's okay. And they come pulling into the street here, and this guy goes running. He's over there trying to take it down. I'm talking about you, Topo. I make that noise, he looks. What's up? So he goes and has a meltdown, but he does it incorrectly. You know, the house is here. You guys know the layout about my house now. You know, here's my front door. There's some curtains and a window over there. He'll be sitting over here. The trash truck comes up this street, and he gets scared and runs over to the window and tries to hide in the curtain and looks at me. And I'm like, don't you associate that bad memory with me? And most of the time, it's just when they're backing up and it's going beep, 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 beep. You guys know that annoying backup sound? And it got me thinking, why? Why do we have that backup sound? It helps nobody except for people. And if this 2-story tall trash truck that comes isn't an indication enough with its engine and its decompression system, what are these backup beepers for that I'm not getting? What are they for? Why do we need to hear it back up? Why? I don't understand, and that's why I'm like, what's going on? Sure, okay, you know what? Construction sites, when you're at the, when you're dumping, maybe you flip on a switch that the backup lights go on. I don't know, because it is loud at the dumps. That is true. It is loud at the dumps. So there's a good place to have it. There's a good place, but we're in Civilianville. Eastside Lancaster, nonetheless. I think the Bundys lived in a nicer neighborhood than this, but I'm not really sure why it's there. I'm really curious, like, why do we need that in our streets? It don't bother me. None of those noises bother me. The neighbors having parties till 2 in the morning. Crystal's looking out the window with her arms crossed. What are you doing? Never bothers me. Blake wants to make the most annoying sound in the world in the backseat of the car from Rosamond to here for 20 minutes in the car. Doesn't bother me. Bothers Crystal. Doesn't bother me. So I'm just curious. Like, why do we need these backup beepers? Topo wants to know. He wants to change.org it. We have quiet beeps. Can we have whisper beeps? Psst, hey, I'm backing up. Maybe something like that. It helps nobody except for people. LOL. No, but like maybe at the trash truck site. But like, what am I gonna do when I'm out there? Like, I already know it's out there, right? Like, the thing's huge, Jim. It's. I already should know it's there. Not like beep. Like, oh snaps. I guess while I was out there checking my facey space, I didn't realize the shadow that was casted over my head from the trash truck. My dog is not a fan of whispers. We can't win. Bring back the beeps. Bring back the beeps. You can't turn off and on the beeps. Plus, it's big cities trucks, so they need to let people know when they're backing up. My car doesn't let you know when I'm backing up, and it's a lot quieter than the trash truck. The trash. Am I the only one not? Am I wrong? Like I said, the noise doesn't bother me. I was just curious, standing here this morning, setting up, watching him go frantic around the house. Like, what are these backup beeps for? You know, when you're backing up, you're trying not to run into the stop sign that's right here at the corner. That thing can't hear you, bro. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Oh, is this the... Nope. It's the trash man. Hey, guys, guess what? Can you hear the trash man? Sure can. Don't need any beeps, do ya? Didn't think so. Good job, dude. Job looks so fun. My cans get annihilated all the time. It's the big claw that comes out, and it gives it big old bear hug, and it gives it a big back body suplex into the trash can. Then it slams it down on the ground, and my lid's cracked, and it goes on its way. Before we open up the lines to Ask Dan anything, I'll tell you a story. I was about 8 or 9 years old. I was living on the other side of town, and the trash man was taking out the trash, and there was some rotten fruit. And I was never the instigator, but I was always Robin to the Batman. I was always like, oh shoot, I'm down. If you have this crazy idea, I'm doing it. And we have this rotten fruit, and we were throwing it at the trash truck. And we have really big trash trucks. And we're throwing it at the trash truck. It's stupid. Probably harmless because whatever, they hose it down. We're not even hitting it or anything. There's cameras on the back, and that thing starts backing up at us. Man, I've never ran out of there so fast. That trash man, he was gonna send Oscar the Grouch after me. Who knows? Big choke slam into the back. Little recycle thing, little men at work action, spit me out the back. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, let's do this. It's time for Ask Dan Anything until the end of the show here. You're going to be able to call me on Skype at 661-200-9559 as I put on my earpiece and I manually open up Skype by myself. This logo comes up every time here with the Daily Dan here. And I made this in my video editing program, and I sunk it with the music. So each beat, the words would come up. But these MOV files, to have a clear background on them, they wouldn't sync the music right. So I have to hit two buttons, one for the music and one for the design. All right, opening up Skype here. If you want to give me a call, is there no music playing? There is stuff. Huh. Hey, you're on the Daily Dan.
Hey, it's PJ.
Hey, what's up, PJ? How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Hold on one second. I need to put my better headphones in.
That's no problem. I'm trying to fix your audio too here on Skype. Gotta reach over. This is the time that I wish I had go-go gadget arms. I could be like, well, see, I don't know. I don't know if I would rather have go-go gadget arms, Mr. Fantastic arms that stretch like that. You know, That's a good one. I'm not really sure. Let's ask PJ. PJ. Hey PJ.
All right.
PJ,
yeah,
what's up? If you had to pick between, to make your arms longer, if you had to pick between go-go gadget arms, or if you had like arms from Mr. Fantastic, you know, the stretchy guy from the Fantastic Four, or Plastic Man, you know, which of the two would you rather have?
I would much rather have go-go gadget arms.
Okay, so you'd rather have like the mechanics in there with like those springs and stuff. Maybe it was even made from Acme.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds good for me.
Huh.
I'll buy anything from Acme.
Yeah, but you might have to tin can man it though, and you have to fix it up, or whatever it comes apart and it goes doing. With like the stretchy arms, it's just more of your flesh. But after a while, if you got older, maybe your arm wouldn't stretch like it used to be when you were younger, and you'd have to take like little blue pills to like make your arms stretch. So maybe you're right. Maybe go gadget arms in the end years.
Yeah. No, I mean maybe even for right now, because I remember that episode of Dexter's Laboratory on Cartoon Network when I was younger, where he makes his arms super long, and then he like he goes from his lab to the kitchen and makes a sandwich, and then he brings the plate back, and his sister is sitting on top of it.
That's what I want to do. Oh my gosh, Dexter's Laboratory's done it. A laboratory's done it all. Oh my gosh. See that? Okay, I'm in. I'm in. I need a stretchy arm. So, what brings you to the Daily Dan today?
I come to the Daily Dan. I want to ask you, because I can ask you anything.
Okay.
So I was rewatching Jess's interview with Daryl Eves not too long ago, which if y'all haven't watched that, you should totally go check it out. It's like 3 hours in, I think. But anyways, I digress.
It is.
Dan, if you had to go back, if YouTube kind of all goes away tomorrow, if the man wins, what's next for Dan? If you could pick any job to do other than YouTube, what would it be?
Oh, that's crazy, because I picked this job as my any job I would do rather than any other mainstream job. So I feel like I've picked that. If YouTube shut down today and I could not create anymore, if we could not turn the camera back on myself and I could not create anymore, I don't know. See, my fallback used to be that I was going to be a mascot. I always wanted to be a mascot. I thought it was a cool thing to do. I could entertain people. I thought it was fantastic. Then I got my opportunity last year, and I put on the Jethawks, the minor league baseball team out here, or AAA, like they're minor league for Seattle Mariners, and I got to rock around as the mascot, and I did not like it. I did not like it, and that was my fallback, as I was just going to go to mascot school like clown school, and I was just going to be a true entertainer. Like, that's what I wanted to do, and that's what you guys see kind of ooze out of me here, entertaining. The problem is when I put on the helmet, I lose who I am. Like, I'm not funny because I'm wiggle-woggly. It's the stuff that comes out of my mouth. So, although I thought that was a dream of mine, it wasn't. So, I have nothing else to fall back on. I'll probably end up going back to doing the things that I wanted to do, which is bucket list jobs. Like, I don't know, like, I delivered DoorDash for a while. You guys remember that? I DoorDashed and Grubhubbed and stuff because I thought that was cool for a minute. Hated that. So, I'd probably go and do something like that. Now that I feel like I have more in camera like presence and stuff, I'd probably go get a job like at a brewery. I'd probably run their their gimmick nights, like any nights they have trivia, or I could do Dantics there. So it would still be something with people, because I really did enjoy doing that at the bike shop. But no, this is my job that I ran to run to. If that answers your question. I'm not deep. Like, there's not much to me. You give me something happy to play with, and I am just fine. I don't need to reach for the stars,
Okay. I know that you've talked in the past about how you got started on YouTube, but do you remember the first time that you ever typed youtube.com into the search bar and then came over to YouTube? Do you remember that moment?
I do. I was sitting right over here in the corner, and it was late 2000s, and I was watching a show called the Stream.tv, live interactive television, and it was great. It was this guy that had a big warehouse down in Los Angeles, and he had all the cameras and all the equipment to do live interactive, low-budget TV. It felt like cable access. One of the things that I sit there and wish that it was the early 90s to do cable access. I watched so much cable access growing up that everything that I do now, I just wish it could be, it could be cable access. So I'm sitting there watching this live interactive television show, and they talk about, they put one of their videos on YouTube, I think, or something like that. So I went over there to YouTube, and it was like, it was dead, and like, it was weird. It still wouldn't have the cool first page stuff, and that's where Jess was at. Jess was on that front page. They still had the weird front page stuff where it would kind of show you like a dashboard of what was going on that's popular around everybody. So I do remember going there. I didn't upload any videos on there until maybe 2009. I uploaded a video there because I was a live streamer. So at the time, I could only live stream. So I was live streaming on Justin TV before it was Twitch. We all know about that story. And what happens when I leave the house? What happens when I go outside. So I would take my flip minnow, it was about this size, and I would go on an adventure and record it all. I would come back and plug the cable in to the live stream and play, and without editing, and we play back all the stuff I did when I was out there. Then that got to be a little a little odd. So then I started needing a place to put them. So that's when I started uploading to YouTube. No thumbnails. I still have the we were just on the site yesterday. I think it's Mosley78 or Otaku Dan78 on YouTube. No thumbnails, untitled. I don't even know if thumbnails. Jess is here. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't even know if thumbnails existed when YouTube started. I don't recall.
I think
they weren't on my radar.
I think YouTube kind of decided them for you.
Yes, maybe so. Yes, because I think during inside the video, you'd have to have a one frame, kind of like Fight Club, a one frame clip of your thumbnail somewhere strategically in there. You'd find out the algorithm, so that way you'd go into the thing, and when it would choose it for you, one of it would be that one still, and it would be like a blink like this, like of just a still shot. That's right. So it was a tool for me. I didn't care about YouTube. Nobody did. This was all new. I didn't care about it. It was a way for me just to show my community in the early 2000s of what I was trying to do when I was away from 50 feet of the camera. I was shooting on a Sony like Gretzky, or like one of those handhelds, the one that like the arm moves and it's got the camera on it and there's the body of it. Like I had that plugged in to my computer with a tape in there that always had to be on record for it to process. So YouTube, I just used it. I used it as a way to get people to see what I was doing without having to be live.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I get you. I think. Do you remember? Because I mean, I've technically been a content creator for 20 years now. It probably doesn't always show, but I have messed around with content for probably since my parents brought home our first compact computer. That would have been Christmas of 2000.
Oh, nice. Right.
And then yeah. And we were not allowed to upload anything for like 8 years. But then I remember discovering Windows Movie Maker and going online and finding pictures and making like videos. They didn't go anywhere. I was just creating them for fun, of just things I liked, like 15-passenger vans and all that fun stuff. That was something I was into as a preteen. I would take pictures from our trips. So it was kind of like the slow evolution to what I'm doing now. And then there was, I think maybe like the summer of 2006, I remember discovering Google Videos. And Daryl clears a little bit of this up in the first chapter of his book. YouTube was actually launched in February of 2005, which I didn't know. I thought it was older than that for some reason.
I thought it was younger than that. And I do know that now because I saw the facts of it. I would have guessed 2007, 2008. By the time I got there, YouTube was there already, but I didn't know that. I felt like I had discovered it because it was so new, but no, it had been there for a few years before I even get there. During the 2005 times, I was playing World of Warcraft like religiously.
Right. So I remember Google Videos, and I just remember thinking, because it really was like the first place that you could upload content or you could stream content, and it was so like fluid. And I want to say I was a freshman in high school because I think I was still getting over Caitlin Owens at the time. That's another story. But hey, it's worth bringing up. But I just remember, I don't know if you've ever seen the Tacoma Narrows Bridge disaster from 1940. Basically, if you want to know how to not build a suspension bridge, go watch this video. But if you ever want to cross the Mackinac again, maybe don't watch it.
Nah, that stuff don't bother me.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't bother me either. I've gone across the Mackinac while streaming that video on my computer, but someone did like a really cool edit along with the Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, and it showed the bridge twisting and collapsing in the wind to the music of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. I can't find this anywhere, and I've looked for it even recently.
Is that that super black and white footage of that bridge just going around?
Yeah. It's like the Mackinac Bridge, but it's from like 1940, and it's just really cool. I cannot find this Rhapsody bridge mix, but it's
probably taken down.
I just thought that was cool because that showed me like, holy cow, like you can just edit things together. And,
yes.
My brother and I started our first YouTube channels in 2008, and it was 2017 before I actually came across a vlogger who her name was Rayanne from the YouTube channel Rayantics. She doesn't upload anymore, but her videos inspired me to get started, because I was like, oh, I can take my camera places and make videos about my trips, and then I can share them with people.
Right.
I was like, so that was just revolutionary to me, and that was 2017. And then
it wasn't easy back then, though, because like back then in the early days, like this in my hand that I'm holding my hand is all in one. Like you had to have a camera, and you had to have a video camera, and you had to have a computer that was above a standard average computer that you would buy at a reasonable price to edit videos. That's the hardest thing. Everybody wanted to create. You'd go and you buy a new camera. I went and bought a new camera, and my computer couldn't handle it. There were so many more limitations back then. You still have them now, but the budget to get to those limitations is a lot higher. You know, if I buy a $10,000 camera, of course my $3,000 computer doesn't want to edit it. But back in the day, it was really hard to have the equipment to do this stuff. You know, you did.
It just didn't exist.
It didn't exist at all.
Long pans, and I wasn't allowed to show my face. And now it's just like, now today it's like, I just kind of looked at the iMac I had for my MacBook Air, which I'm actually getting ready to use for work right now, which is funny. I looked at that and I was like, wait, I have iMovie on this thing. And literally to this day, I'm still using iMovie. Like, yes, I could probably upgrade. But,
iMovie's good, because back in that we had Windows Media Maker. That's all we had. There was, unless you had a high-end, like, expensive program back in the day that your computer, that your dude I'm getting a Dell is not going to run, you had to use Windows Media Maker. Windows Media Maker, yeah. And you couldn't cut clean enough. There wasn't a timeline. It was really hard to do anything on that back in the day. So as that went on a little bit, it made it more user-friendly for the average person to be able to make the videos, and then things really took off. I hopped together all my electronic skills back in the day to figure, and all my NASA skills to wire something up so I could have live streams, you know, but sticks pushing down buttons so I didn't have to have like doors shut so wires could come out. Just cool stuff like that. A lot more ingenuity now. Now all you need is your phone, which I think is amazing. Because now everybody can create. I
started with my iPhone and my MacBook and the music that they have in iMovie.
Yep.
And then I upgraded to YouTube Audio Library, and then was introduced to Epidemic Sound, and that's the only monthly expense that my channel has.
Epidemic's worth it, though.
Epidemic Sound. Nothing is better.
That's where all my audio comes from. You do have to have one per account. So I have one for here. We have one for the CC Mouse podcast. We have one for Jess's channel. But yes, I love it. I do love it. Well, PJ, thank you for calling in here on the Daily Dan. I hope you have a great weekend. If you're looking for something to do tonight, we'll be back live tonight. Yes, have a good day. We'll be back live tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. where Crystal will be making all things Fruity Pebbles. She's got like Fruity Pebble cupcakes and Fruity Pebble ice cream and Fruity Pebble other stuff that we're not going to show you till the show tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to be
I will
super
just
a lot
be getting
of fun.
off of work.
Yes, it'll be a yabba dabba doo, yabba dabba good time. Thank you for calling in, PJ, and we'll see you later.
See you later, Dan.
Bye. All right. We have time for one more call before we get out of here and I get on my way. I'm not sure what's planned for my day today. I have to hit the P.O. box. Get some of those packages out of the P.O. box today. What else was I supposed to do today? Oh, that's right. The treadmill's coming today. That's it. Hey, you're on the Daily Dan.
This is Ben, Dan. How you doing?
What is up, dude? I am stoked. I am waiting for the treadmill to get here, and it's nice out today. I've made it through 5 days of the Daily Dan through our first pilot week. I'm so excited, Ben. So it's been a good day. What says you?
Yeah, hey, listen, you were talking about a turtle earlier. Are you aware that some species of turtle live to be over 100 years old?
Yeah, you know, I see some of those big old turtles and stuff that they see walking around on the land and stuff like that, and they talk about how old they are, and I'm like, that's fantastic. I feel like sometime I saw one that was like 50 or 60 years old, and I'm like, that's incredible. Like, this turtle is old enough to tell me what to do. And so I don't know about Mary Jane. She should outlive us. I'm not really sure, but she's old and she looks great. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like she looks like she hasn't aged, but she also looks like she's 100 years old already.
Yeah. That's an amazing thing that they live that long, you know.
Yeah, right. Okay, so, you know, growing up here in SoCal and stuff, we'd find them out, you know, walking the streets and stuff like that. So you would have big, I don't recall whatever the ones on land, tortoises? Is that the one that's on land? Oh, just turtles. We used to have those in the backyard growing up. They were pretty good size. They were the size of like Koopa Troopas. They were good, and they bury themselves in the winter and come out and stuff. So we always had turtles around here in SoCal, and even now today, like you've probably seen those commercials growing up where you see that desert area and you see that one long strip of road and that turtle walking across as the guy drives by in his car. Those are all filmed out here because we really have turtles like that walk across the road. You know, you pull over, you try to get them up off the road, you know. So we do have those.
The problem is if you don't send them across the road, you put them on the side that they came from, they're just going to try to go back across the road again. If you ever see a turtle in the middle of the road, it's best if you take it across the way it was going so it doesn't try to get back into the road.
Well, you know, I check its Google Maps and stuff to make sure that's where it's going so I can send him on his way to his destination. When we were in Michigan and Jess picked me up from the airport in Traverse City to take me back to Alpena, we found a couple turtles on the road, and I did make sure that I kept the ball moving towards the end zone. So that's
I remember seeing those videos of you.
Yeah.
You guys driving along the road and just stopping.
Oh yes. So I made sure it went the way. I made sure that it went the way that it was supposed to. I don't want to own any big turtles anymore these days, but I do like seeing them. I do like it when my friends have them and stuff like that from being in SoCal. And I'll keep to this little guy here. She's awesome. She eats her worms and sometimes some grapes, and she don't really ask for much. And she's happy. She's in the water now, taking a bath.
Well, you have a great day, Dan.
You too. Thanks, Ben.
Go out and do what you got to do.
Yes,
and,
I'm excited for today.
Looking forward to tonight with Crystal and you on the cooking show.
Yeah, me too.
And then tomorrow night with Antics.
Yes.
You have a wonderful day. Tell Crystal I asked about her, and tell Blake also.
I will do that, Ben. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time here on The Daily Dan.
Bye-bye, my friend.
Bye, Ben. Oh, my gosh. The Daily Ben. So far, Ben's been able to call in every day. I love it. Jim Johnson says, gotta run. I'll try to catch this next week. I got one big question for you. Oh, my gosh, if you haven't left yet. And hello, Mouse Queen. I do see you over there on the Facebook chat. Hello. Did you ask about your favorite number yet? No, we ran out of time. Maybe I'll push that till Monday. And I'll tell you what the setup was. I'm going to do the Car Wars scenes, and people were picking their numbers and stuff, and I was asking at Crystal and stuff. And it's like, why? Why is that your number? Why did you choose that number? Why is that your favorite number, Dan? And I wanted to know what favorite numbers you have and why are they your favorite numbers. But we went on and on about this Mustang that interrupted our programming because, oh my gosh, PU. But yes, well, we can do that. We can do that next week because my hour's up. Hard time filling an hour of talking, I thought. No. And Jim's right. I do make a better MC than a mascot. Maybe even a better MC Hammer than a mascot. Wow, just like that, it's been an hour. I feel great. I hope you guys are liking this show. We've done 5 days of this now. I don't know what the show's going to be any more than you do, but maybe soon we'll be exercising during the whole Daily Dan. What if we all exercised together and got up and stretched and stuff? Do you guys have treadmills? Who wants to walk an hour on the treadmill with me? Would it be annoying to look like this the whole time while we're doing the Daily Dan and we're treadmill walking and we're exercising and we're feeling good? I guess it just depends on how quiet the motor is. See you later tonight. Later, dude. Keep on rocking. See you on Getting Baked with Crystal tonight. Yes, Crystal will be back live on this very channel at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific. Like you said, it'll be a yabba dabba doo time while we make everything Fruity Pebbles. We might even get her to have a drinking show since it's pretty much just make and bake. Yes. All right, everybody. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Daily Dan. I will be back Monday at 8:30 in the morning, where yours truly, which is me, will be talking to my Trulies, which is you. Well, actually, it would be a can of Trulies, but you know the rules. You know. Everybody have a good week and be kind to each other, and take this energy and do something great with it before it's all gone. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. We did it. Oops. We did it. There's a cat. How did Blue's Clues end after he waved? Did they shut the door on him?